Okay, so in our last session, we have already discussed about the mini project implementation, and we had created object and related fields, and also we had created page layouts. Okay, so in this class, we are going to create a new application uh, for the project, and also we will create some formula field to automate some of the functionality in our application. And apart from that, we will create list views for those objects, and then we will create some sample record to test. Okay, so we have already created objects, so let's go to the app creation. So for that, you have to log into the org, and post that you have to go to the setup. And under setup, we have app manager, right? And this app manager, app creation, I had already discussed in our training classes. So here we have app manager. Under app manager, we can create new lightning app, and we have to give the name of the app. So I will be giving the name as my Jira board. So we can give the name according to the business requirement. So for testing, I'm just using my Jira board, and we can add any description if we want. And here we can upload the logo if you want to upload any logo for this particular app. I'm not giving any logo for now, so I will just go ahead and create, click on next, and after that I will be giving this access for both mobile and desktop both. So I have selected this next. So I will be selecting as a default utility item for desktop only. Then next, and here navigation item. So which all tabs you want to give access for this application. So I will be giving the tab access as my employee. Okay, I will just add it, and user story. In last class, we had created these two objects and related tab and all other fields. Apart from that, I will be adding two more tab, that is report and dashboard. So from here we can do the arrangement and post that. I will just click on this next. So for this application, we have to provide the access to the respective profile, like visual profile will have access to this application, right? So if we are not assigning any profile, so it will not be visible to everyone, to any other profile user. So for now, I'm just giving access to system admin. So I have selected this profile and assigned this and save and finish. Okay, so here you can see my Jira board application I have already created. And if I will go to this app launcher and try to search my Jira board, so here you can see my Jira board application. After clicking on this, you can see all those four tabs which I had added: my employees, user stories, report, and dashboard. Okay, so now our task is to create some formula field in the user story, which will do the calculation in the backend, and it will display the output. Okay, so for that I will just go to the object manager, and under user story object, I will be creating some formula field. So here you can see create formula field deadline status. Okay. So whatever the deadline I have given for those user stories, so what is the current status of that? So if we will create a formula field, so it will automatically update the exact value, like if it's matched or not matched. Okay, so I will be giving two value for deadline status, fail and pass. Okay, and here we have option for creating a new field. Okay, so I will just select this and post that here we have formula field, right? So after selecting this formula, I will go ahead and click on next. And what is the name? Deadline status. Deadline status. And in every formula, we have to give the output, like whatever the calculation will be done in backend. So how you want to present it on the UI? Is it any text format or checkbox, currency, and date time? So all the data types we have for this formula. So this is the text related. So I will just select this text. Okay, and click on the next. Here it's asking for the formula. Okay, so under formula we have two types: this formula, simple formula and advanced formula. If you want to do some calculation in the backend on the basis of some conditions, so we can use this advanced formula. And here you can see we have insert field option and also insert operator. So whatever operation we want to perform, so we can. Okay. Any doubt so far?
No, sir.
For formula here you can see under function. Okay, so under function you will get if else condition as well. So here if condition is there, right? So we just have to select this if and insert this function. And also you can type manually here if. Okay, if you are selecting this, so it will give the related logic, like what type of logic you want to add here. So those will come. So this is related to calculation. So and the value is deadline status, right? So how we are going to calculate this deadline? Okay. So on this user story object, we have one field. Let me open. Or better, let me go to the user story, and here you can create. Okay, so here we have task deadline, right? So for each task, there will be some deadline and some start date. Okay. So suppose the start date is today and I'm giving deadline as a tomorrow. So this task deadline will contain a date of tomorrow. Okay. So on the basis of this task deadline, we are going to calculate the value for this particular deadline status field. So logical test here we have to give, like what condition you want to check, and this value, if it will be true, then what will be the value, and if it's false, then what will be the value, right? So I will just remove this and replace with insert field, and under user story I will be selecting as task deadline field. Okay, and I'll just insert. So if task deadline ETA equal to, I will just, this today is a standard function of the Salesforce. Okay, so under function, from here also you can pick that. Here we have today, right? So once you will insert this, then it will display the same today and in bracket. So if task deadline equal to today, okay. So what could be the value if it's true? So it should be pass, right? So I will just give a text as pass. And if it's not today, okay, then in that case it will be fail. FAILED. Okay, so I have given this formula, and post this formula. Here we have check syntax if there is any error in this formula or not. So for that we have check syntax. So just click on this check syntax. So here we don't have error right now. Okay, if I will remove something or I will do some mistake, so in that case it will throw the error, like syntax is not correct, so we have to fix that. Here you can see syntax error found, so we have to fix this one. So I will just reverse that. So task if task deadline equal to today, then it will update as a pass or fail. Okay, and post that here we have to treat blank field as zeros, treat blank field as blank. If there is any blank field, so here we can select any one of. I will select as a blank. So for numbers we normally use zeros, and for text we use blank, or you can put anything in both. So I'm just giving access to all profile, next, and I will be adding to this layout, deadline status, save. So we have created this formula field. Here you can see deadline status, which will give the deadline if it's passed or failed. Okay, so this is the first formula we have created, and I will be creating another formula which will calculate if it's not passed. So how many number of days it got delayed. Okay, suppose deadline was today and you are completing it on tomorrow, so it will give us 1 day delay, or if you are completing day after tomorrow, so it will give us 2 days. Okay, so second, let me give the total delays in days. I will just give the name as a total delays in days. New, again I have to create a formula field, and now I want to display as a number of days, right? So it should be number as output. So here we have output data type, total delays in days. So number percentage takes time, so I will select as a number, and like here decimal places if you want to give, so you can put, but for number I don't want to give any decimal places, so I will select as a 0 as a decimal places. Okay, so suppose it's 2 days, so it will just give as a 2, And if I will select 2 decimal place, so it will give a 2.00. So now again here we have to add a formula, like on the what criteria it will calculate and it will give the value. Okay, because in the backend it will keep calculating. So again here we will be using the if condition, which will calculate in backend, and it will just give the value on the output. Okay, so like I will just go ahead and add another if condition. So here if select. Okay, so how we are going to calculate this number of delays value? So it will be on the basis of which all fields. So here we have 1 second, this task deadline delay. How we can calculate this deadline date and the actual closure date when it was completed. So here we have another field, actual completion date. So for each task we have to enter one date on which this task got completed. So on the basis of this actual completion date and this task deadline date, we will be calculating total number of delays in completion. Okay, so how we can, so let me go to this. If I have already added if logical condition, and then here condition if actual completion date greater than, so I have given, this is the text for the greater than lesson, you all know, right? Or from here function also you can select sorry, function, not function, from operator you can select greater than, equal, not equal, all these operators we have. Okay, so I'm just selecting as a greater than uh, task deadline date. So I will just go ahead and this select task deadline date. Okay, if actual completion date greater than on the deadline date, if this condition gets true, so how we have to calculate? So we can do the deduction from this actual completion date minus task deadline date, right? Okay, so I will just recall that insert field actual completion date minus, I will just operate as a subtract minus task deadline date. Okay, so again insert field and task deadline date. Okay, so if this condition gets true, so it will give this value, and if it's not, then in that case we will be giving it as a 0. Okay, so it will be 0 if it's not there is no delay in that task completion, so it will be 0 by default. Okay, so this is the formula. If I will just check this syntax, so it should run properly here, no error. Okay, so even though if we will add this formula, then also it will work. But in some scenario, like we have null pointer exceptions as well in Salesforce, right? So for bypassing that null pointer exception, I will also add a check on both fields. Like, what if both fields are blank? Actual completion is also blank and deadline is also blank. So it will throw the null pointer exception in the backend. Okay, null pointer means there is no value. So for that, I will add another function that will be if. Okay, under if, second, we have a function here, is blank. Is blank normally checks the value in a particular field. Okay, so here we have is blank. Let me go to that is blank on FGH is blank, right? Here is blank function we have. I will just select this. So here you can see under is blank, it's asking for expression. On which expression it will be checking. Okay. So I will just insert field is blank actual completion date. Okay. And post that I will add as or condition, because we have one more field, that is this task deadline, right? So I will just insert an operator as or. So here you can see or we have, and again I will add is blank, and in the expression I will add that another field that is known as task deadline ETA. Task deadline ETA. Okay, so I have added check for this null, and post that second check ETA, and then I will just add the null. If these conditions are matching, then it will be null. Else, it will go to the next if condition. Next if condition is this one. Okay, so 1 second. So if it's not null, then it will enter in this condition. And here we have 0. That's a closing line, and again I will add another closing line. So this entire if condition will be closed. Now I will check the syntax error, and syntax error missing. Okay, second, let me check. From here, it's coming to this if condition, and post that. It will just close here. Blank. zero, click syntax. Okay, some extra spaces are taking. Let me remove. If is blank, this we have added some space, so that's why sitting like this. If get to then this one, it will. Let me. Okay, so here you can see up to this it got closed. We need one more closure packet. Now it should not show the error. Incorrect parameter type of function or boolean received date. Is blank from extra. So now we don't have any error. I will just click next and next and save it. So I have created two fields. Now I will just go to the layout and update those, update the alignment of those fields. So under user story layout, here you can see we have unnecessary fields added. I will just remove this. So here we have user story number, user story summary, user story description, task, deadline date, deadline status, and total delays in days. And here we have signing, start date, and actual completion date. All these are there. I will just go ahead and save it. Okay, so we have done all the changes. Now I will go to that application. Okay, so this is my Jira board, and I will go to my employee list, my employee tab, and here you can see by default here we have some of this all and recently viewed list view. So we have already discussed about list view. So I will just go ahead and create a new list view. Okay, so here I will just give a name as all my all emplo my all employees. Okay, it will be visible to all user. Save it. And now I will add the fields to display. Like I have now only one field is coming, right? So I will just select field to display. And after this employee name, I want to put the status as active and date of birth. And date of birth, last modified role and skill. Okay, so created it just okay. So all these details are coming now. I will go ahead and create a new record. I will give a name as a Prince. Okay, I will just give a date of birth as 1995. and July 1st, 1995, role as a suppose software engineer, and current skills I am giving AI, PHP, Python. Okay, so PHP. For now, I'm just putting these two skills. I will just activate this and save it. So I have created one employee. I will go ahead and my all employee. I will create another employee. FIROJ Okay, I will select as a date of birth like 98, 2nd July 98, role associate software engineer, CSS. So I'm just creating records, okay, and I will activate this, save it. So I have created two employees now, and under this employee you can see those data as well under my employee list. Now I will go ahead and create a user story. User story is the task. Okay. So under this user story, I will just go ahead and create new list view. Okay, or we can use this all user story list view I have. So I will just go ahead and update the field here. So user story number, user story summary, description, assignee, the start date, actual completion date, task deadline, and we had created two formula fields as well, right? So deadline status and what was another record? Total delays in days. So I will be adding this field as well, and I will save it. So now here we can see all those fields which we have added. Now I will go ahead and create a new record. Okay, task UI design for real estate project. Okay, test task deadline. I'm just giving it as 2 days. Okay, or for testing purpose to display all other fields, I will just give a deadline as a 23rd of the August, because as of now I have not given any. I have not added any validation rule, so it can accept any date. But if I will add a validation which will throw the error if we are creating a new task and if we are putting a past date, so in that case it should throw the error. So for that we can create a validation, but as of now we don't have validation, so it can accept any value. Assignee, I will just assign to the Firoj. A start date, we can see we can give a 22nd, and uh, I will just save it. Okay, and I will create another user story and I will assign that to Prince. User story AI chatbot a double addition on website. Okay, I will just give anything here. Task deadline, I am giving it as 22nd. Okay, and assignee as Prince. A start date, it should be 20. Okay, and I will save it. So here you can see all those user stories. Okay, so This one got assigned to this Firoz, and another one, next one is to Prince, right? If you'll see this date, 1 second, we can adjust the width. Okay, so deadline is coming as a failed because we have not given any value and any value for this actual completion date. So that's why it's coming as failed, because in our formula we had not added another condition. So we can also add a condition where this deadline status should be blank. Okay, if it's less than this the deadline. Okay, but in formula we have directly put it two value, true or false. So that's why for now it's giving it as a fail. So I will just go ahead and click on this and update this actual completion date. Okay. So suppose actual completion start date was 22nd and deadline was 23rd, but now I am okay. Here this actual completion date, suppose start date is 22nd and ETA was on 23rd, but I am just putting in the actual completion date as today. Okay, as 25. Okay, I will just save it. And second detail deadline. And again I will go to the another user stories, all user stories, and on Prince one I will give the actual completion date as it was task deadline was 22nd. Okay, but actual completion date, suppose I am putting it as today. Okay, and save it. And if I will go to the list, so here you can see these two formula fields are automatically pulling, calculating data in backend, and it's updating the date here, updating the status as well as total number of delays, both. Okay, so here you can see for Firoz, the start date was 22nd, and actual completion and deadline was, 1 second, let me do the arrangement so that it will be easy to understand. The start date, actual task deadline, I will just move it on top, and deadline status. Okay, so here start date is 22nd and deadline is 23rd, and actual he had completed on 25th, right? So total number of delays you can see here. How many number of days? 2 days. There is a delay of 2 days, and it's a status as a failed. Okay, so he didn't match that deadline, so that's why that status is showing as a failed. Now for this Prince also you can see start date was 23rd, sorry 28th, and deadline was 22nd. Okay, and he completed on 25th. So here you can see the total number of days as 3. Okay, if you want to advance the formula and you also want to bypass the Sunday, right? Because Sunday is not working day, so it should not calculate that Sunday. So we can add in that formula to bypass any specific date. Like you can also bypass for any holiday or Sunday, or if we have any other off. So if you want to bypass for those, so you can do that. And just for the testing purpose, if I want to I'm yeah 1 second, let me go to this Firoz uh, user story, and I will just mark it as the actual completion date as this end date. End date was 23rd, right? And if I will just update it, actual completion date as 23rd, and save it. So it got updated, and here we can see that it 23rd still it's coming as a failed second because formula is not working. Okay, so it was already updated, so that's why it's not picking automatically. Second, mhm. Deadline status. Okay. Okay. So here you can see it's coming as failed, right? Because in formula we have added as a today, right? But it's calculating on the basis of today's date, and today is 25th, so that's why it's showing as a fail. Let me go to that formula, and task deadline is description number. Deadline status. Let me okay, so you're under deadline status. According to our formula, it's just checking with today. Okay. So, task deadline equal to today. So in that case, it will update as pass, else fail. So here we can add another condition like task deadline task deadline is task to deadline ETA less equal to greater less than or equal to what is the field actual completion date. Actual completion date I will just insert. So if task deadline is less than or equal to actual completion date. Task, and I will just put this x less than or equal to second Suppose task deadline is 23rd and start date and date. Or we can put as actual completion date is greater than task completion date, task deadline less equal to actual completion date. So in that case, task completion date. Uh, Control X, Control Z, Control C. If actual completion date less than or equal to task deadline date. Okay, if actual completion date when we are closing, either it should be less than or equal to the deadline. Okay, so in that case it should pass, and if it's not this case, it means it will be failed. So just check the syntax. Syntax is correct. I will just save it. Now if I will go to the record and try to edit it as actual completion date as 25th or 24th. Okay, so deadline was 22nd, but we are giving it as a 24th. It means it didn't match the deadline, and the deadline status is coming as a failed, right? Now I will go ahead and create another record. And just rename like mobile app home page design. I'm just creating this task. Okay, and a shiny, I'm just giving it to Firoz. Start date, it should be I'm just giving it for past date just for testing, 22nd. Okay, and task ETA, I am giving it as a 23rd. Okay, and I'm just giving the actual completion date as 23rd. So I will save it. So here you can see the deadline status is pass. Okay, and a total number of delays is 0. There is no delay. If I will update this actual completion date as 25th and save it, so you can see it got changed with failed. So formula will keep running in the backend. So if there will be any change in the data, so it will update the value. If I will update it as a 22nd, so again it will change the value, and now deadline status is pass. Okay, our total delay is 0. Okay. Any doubt?
Sir, what if we enter a value like 30 of August?
30 of August for which field?
Deadline date. Deadline.
Deadline.
Uh,
Sorry.
Sir, deadline date.
Okay. So suppose
Last
I'm
deadline.
giving it as a one second. Let me edit. The deadline is 31st August. The start date is 21st, right?
Mm.
And I will just remove this completion date. Save it. Okay. So in that case, this deadline is coming as failed for now. Let me check where we have to update this formula because I have just added as a true or false, right? So here we can edit this formula to I check another condition if actual less than equal to like let me add another condition if is blank. Okay, if is blank actual completion date. So it will check if this actual completion date is blank. Okay, so I will also put it as not. Not is also a function. So here you can also check that here not operator is there, right? Not function we have. So it will check this is blank checks if that value is blank or not. Okay. So I am adding like if it's not blank, okay. So if it's not blank, it is blank, then it will say go to this condition and next it should fill as a blank. So I can just give the null value. It should throw some error now. Let me see. Okay, now we don't have any error. Let me check. So what we are checking if is blank actual completion date. The actual completion date greater than So for this formula field totally depends on the logic. Okay, whatever the logic you will apply, so it will work accordingly. Actual completion, I'm just giving it blank. So now here you can see Actual completion date I have put it as blank value, right? Now deadline. Sorry. Now this deadline status is coming as blank because in formula I have given it as a blank value. Let me show you. Here, see, I'm not giving any value, right?
Sir,
And,
we can sir,
huh?
sir, we can pass a value like when a deadline is ongoing. So we can pass a
Uh,
value is on.
we can put like in progress.
Hmm.
Okay, if I just put it as in progress, and if I will go and update this record, so it should update as a in progress. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so this start date is 21st, and deadline is 31st August. So as of now, it's in progress. Actual completion date, I have not added anything, and suppose I will mark it as a closed on 25th, so it should update as a pass. Okay, and this total delay in days is 0 because there is no delay. If you want to calculate like before deadline also we have completed, so how many days, so we can also calculate and display here. Okay, any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, so I hope you guys have got some idea about the formula field and how that formula gets applied and how we can write a formula for any fields, right? So this is a very simple formula. It will be much complexer as per the business requirement. Okay, you can keep adding some logic here and it will apply. And yeah, it applies immediately as soon as there is any changes in the data. It's not like it will, suppose I'm updating the data now, so it will reflect after 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Not like that. As soon as we will save, it will auto calculate and display the data. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is all about the mini project, and I hope you guys have got some hands-on according to our learning. I will suggest you all to just go through with this video and also try to do the same thing in your org and try to create a new application and object field, and you can also put some additional field formula fields. Okay, and you can do the practice.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so for in formula you need lots of practice, and post that you can write this formula independently. Whenever it's throwing some error, so sometime it also throws error related to this brackets, right? So for those brackets error, you can just copy the formula, okay, and you can come to this notepad plus plus, okay, and it will show the all the closure brackets like early in starting this one. Suppose I missed this one, right? I have not added any bracket here, and if I will try to execute this, then it will throw that error because the closure bracket is not present for this. So here you can see this after if condition we have this closure bracket, right? But we have not added this closure bracket anywhere. If I will click on this, so it's closed until this bracket, but this one is not closed, so it will throw the error. So from this notepad plus plus, you can easily understand which bracket is open, and we have not added any closure bracket for that. So now you can see here I have added, so it's closed until this if condition. Entire code is closed. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that's all for today. Thank you. If you don't have anything, then you don't have any question, so we can close this call, and we will discuss the next topic in the next class.
Okay.
Okay. So thank you. We have covered all the topics. Okay.